So let's dive into a really fascinating project that gets at a huge problem with AI today, and that's its habit of giving you just one side of the story. We're going to break down how an AI was actually built to think more critically by learning how to argue with itself. You know how it is. You ask a question, you get an answer. It sounds simple enough, right? But that answer is almost always a neat, tidy little summary. What's missing? The nuance, the counter-arguments, the other side of the coin. It gives you an answer, sure, but does it really give you understanding? And yeah, that is exactly the problem that the project's creator Abdul Aziz wanted to fix. He looked at the real world, saw it was full of debate and different viewpoints, and thought, hey, the AI we use should be able to do that too. This quote just perfectly sets the stage for his whole approach.
So, what's the big idea? Well, instead of one AI spitting out one answer, this project builds a team of AIs that actually holds a debate. It forces the system to go out and find evidence for completely different viewpoints before it ever comes to a conclusion.
Okay, so to really put this thing through its paces, it was given a super high-stakes topic, one that pretty much affects all of us. Is AI coming for our jobs? Is it a job killer, or is it a job creator? The AI debate team was put on the case to figure it out. And here's what the AI team came back with. On one hand, you had the pro agent arguing that, nope, AI actually creates more jobs. It makes us all more productive, and it's a huge driver for the economy. But then, the con agent pushed back, saying, well, new roles will pop up, any negative impact will be temporary, and anyway, AI is just automating little tasks, not wiping out entire jobs. The amazing thing here is that the AI isn't just giving one opinion. It's building two distinct, evidence-based cases.
And get this, to back up its case, the pro agent didn't just bring opinions, it brought numbers. Big numbers. It pulled a prediction from the World Economic Forum that AI would lead to a net gain of 58 million jobs by 2025. Now that's not just an argument, that's an argument with some serious data behind it.
So, who won the debate? Well, after both sides made their case, a third AI agent stepped in as the judge and actually declared the pro side the winner. But here's the most important part. It wasn't about which side was right. It was about which side argued better. The judge specifically pointed out that the pro side's use of concrete data made for a much more compelling case. All right, so how does this whole thing actually work? Who's pulling the strings behind the scenes? Let's peel back the curtain and meet the individual AI agents that make up this incredible debate team.
First up, you've got the pro agent. You can think of this one as the team's eternal optimist. Its one and only job is to scour the web and build the absolute strongest case for whatever topic you throw at it.
And then, of course, you have its polar opposite, the con agent. This is your skeptic, your devil's advocate. Its entire mission is to do the exact opposite, to dig up all the reasons to argue against the topic, finding every counterpoint and piece of conflicting evidence it can. And the one holding this whole operation together, that's the moderator agent. This is the project manager, the referee, the judge, all rolled into one. It takes the topic from you, tells the pro and con agents to get to work, and most importantly, it's the impartial judge that weighs both arguments and decides in a winner. Okay, so we've met the players. Now, how does the game actually work? How do you go from a simple question to a full-blown adjudicated debate? Well, the process itself is surprisingly simple and elegant. It really boils down to 4 steps. First, the moderator gets the topic. Simple enough. Second, it dishes out the homework to the pro and con agents. Third, those 2 agents hit Google search hard, digging through information to build the strongest possible case for their side. And finally, the moderator brings it all home, presents both arguments clearly, and then makes the final call.
So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's a mix of a few really powerful ideas. First, you have a multi-agent system, which is basically just a team of specialized AIs working together. Then you have tools. They can use things like Google search so they're not stuck with old data. The third, and this is a really cool one, is using an LLM as a judge, where you actually task one AI with evaluating how persuasive another AI's argument is. And that's a huge deal. Teaching a machine to spot a good argument. And it all works thanks to session memory, which just means the moderator can keep track of the entire debate from start to finish.
So why does all this matter? I mean, who cares if an AI can debate itself? Well, the bigger picture here is a pretty fundamental shift in how we think about AI. We're moving away from seeing it as a simple search engine and more towards using it as a real tool for reasoning. And this is the real takeaway. This system doesn't just give you a pro column and a con column. By forcing the AI to debate and then judge the quality of those arguments, it delivers something way more valuable, a balanced perspective that's already been through a round of critical thinking.
It's really a first step towards AI-powered critical thinking.
And that kind of leaves us with this huge, fascinating question, doesn't it? We've just seen an AI that can research, argue, and even judge the quality of an argument. So if a machine can be taught to systematically challenge different sides of an issue to find the best supported conclusion, what does that mean for us? It suggests a future where AI isn't just an answer machine, but maybe, just maybe, a genuine partner in the search for truth itself.